and welcome to the National Weather Service Atlanta's weekly weather briefing for the week starting December 28th, 2023. My name is Ansley Long, and I'm a meteorologist here at the National Weather Service Atlanta, and we'll go ahead and get started by taking a look at our highlights for the week ahead. This week, we'll see the potential for our season's first wintry precipitation for portions of North Georgia on Friday and Friday night. While we're not expecting any significant accumulations, some areas across North Georgia could see a few minor impacts from this. Looking at our New Year's Eve weekend forecast, we're anticipating dry weather conditions with highs in the 50s and lows in the 30s and upper 20s, and we'll be kicking off our first week of 2024 with a relatively active period of weather as a frontal system on Monday will bring our next round of beneficial rainfall, and another system is expected by midweek to bring another round of rain. Taking a look at our current conditions, we have a frontal boundary that is slowly progressing off to the southeast, and today we're anticipating dry conditions with mostly sunny skies and near seasonal temperatures. Taking a look at our visible satellite, we've got a dry air mass that's infiltrating behind that front as it pushes off to the southeast today. This shield of high cirrus will continue to progress off the coast this afternoon, where lower clouds are beginning their return as remnant moisture lingers in the lower levels. Taking a look at our maximum temperatures and precipitation chances for today, temperatures will top out in the upper 40s across North Georgia, and then those temperatures will gradually warm as you move to the southeast, where temperatures top out today across central Georgia in the upper 50s and 60s. Luckily today, our chances of precipitation are 0 and expected to remain quite dry. However, tomorrow that will change, especially for areas across North Georgia, where we've got a large cutoff low churning over the east coast, and that is ultimately wrapping around moisture into the atmosphere, and we have a cold continental air mass that's pushing its way across the plains. And what that will mean for us is that beginning tomorrow morning, we could see a rain-snow mix or flurries across the higher elevations, particularly in northwest Georgia. However, as the day progresses and we move into Friday night, that moisture will move further south, and as that cold air continues to infiltrate across North Georgia, temperatures will drop into the upper 20s, and we could see more rain-snow mix, particularly in the lower elevations across all of North Georgia, and snow showers primarily in the higher elevations. So let's dive into this a little bit. Let's take a look at our chance of precipitation for tomorrow and tomorrow night. So looking at our chance of precipitation across North Georgia for tomorrow, our highest chances will be across northwest Georgia. However, again, as that moisture overspreads the area tomorrow night, our chance for precipitation increases across all of North Georgia, where we could see at least a 25% chance of precipitation across most of the region. Now, this is important for our winter precipitation. Let's take a look at our high temperatures. So, particularly across North Georgia, we do have temperatures in the low to mid 40s, where we've got a couple of areas here that I've highlighted here in this box, where we've got temperatures in the 30s. So particularly in these areas of higher terrain, we'll see temperatures really only topping out in the low to mid 30s tomorrow, and that can allow for some wintry mix to certainly come into play should any showers get going tomorrow. Now tomorrow night, if we take a look here primarily in this red box, we do have this area poised to drop below freezing for much of the evening tomorrow night and into Saturday morning. And so this will be our areas of concern regarding any type of wintry precipitation. So we'll take a look here. I have an animation here that will show the mean temperature. And so if we look here, there's some contours here that you can see if you pay attention, particularly here in Northeast Georgia, we've got temperatures in the 30s, and that's here identified by this contour, this darker blue contour. And this is the 35 degree temperature contour here in this lighter blue. And so you'll see some areas of higher elevation really struggling to improve above that temperature mark. So just pay attention to that as we play this animation. But what this animation is going to show is the href ensemble means for the precipitation type. And so this animation starts Friday at 12 p.m. And this will roll through Saturday at 7 a.m. And we'll see that a mix of rain and snow flurries will start as early as Friday morning. So I'll pause here. If you take a look again across these areas across North Georgia, you'll see some of that rain, snow start to pop up here. So this is tomorrow afternoon at 5 p.m. And so again, please note the temperatures. This will be in the 30s. The low 30s up here. So we're expecting this to at least be a wintry mix of at least rain, snow, if not starting to transition to snow showers tomorrow, late afternoon and evening. So I'll let this animation continue to play through. We see some snow showers continuing, and that will be the case through the early morning hours on Saturday. So again, this is just the high-res ensemble forecast mean for precipitation type. This is just an example of what could happen. So just please keep that in mind that this is not exactly what's going to happen, but this is where we are at in terms of where we could see some rain some rain, snow, or snow showers tomorrow and tomorrow night. So we'll go ahead and take a look at our precipitation and temperatures. So here Friday night at 7 p.m., we'll see temperatures in the 30s, where of course areas of higher terrain will see temperatures in the low 30s, and that's where our best chance for rain-snow mix will be happening tomorrow evening. Now, as we move into the nighttime hours at 10 p.m. Friday, we'll see the chance for rain and snow. That mixture becoming a little bit more widespread across Northeast Georgia, where snow showers are certainly possible here in areas of higher elevation as those temperatures drop into the low 30s. And by 1 a.m. on Saturday, we'll see a better chance for some of that rain-snow mix across a lot of North Georgia as the temperatures continue to drop into the low 30s and the upper 20s. Where snow showers, of course, will be possible in areas of higher elevation. So let's talk about our snow accumulations. So taking a look at our probabilistic forecast for the percent chance of 0.1 inches of snow or more for the hours of 7 p.m. Thursday through 7 a.m. Saturday, we do see that a good portion of Northeast Georgia and some portions of Northwest Georgia here, especially along these ridge tops in Northwest Georgia, where we could see at least a dusting of snow. But if we look at our percent chance of 1 inches of snow or more, those chances are a little bit lower, where of course we do have some areas that are a little bit higher in areas of high terrain, but we are at least looking at seeing a good chance of seeing a dusting across many locations in North Georgia. So our best chance for any accumulation will be overnight Friday, where our best chance for precipitation also coincides with those lower temperatures in the upper 20s to low 30s, of course, below freezing. So let's talk about our overall impacts. We are expecting the potential for some localized impacts through early Saturday morning until temperatures can maybe start to get out of the freezing degree mark territory. So if we take a look at our winter storm severity index overall, really these areas primarily across Northeast Georgia are going to be the ones that we're going to be focusing on, where winter weather is expected to some degree. However, we are primarily just, again, looking at localized impacts in these areas. So, of course, if you're out on the roadways and you are experiencing any type of wintry precipitation, please be mindful of that and please drive carefully. We are, of course, always monitoring the forecast. And so we could see a little bit more minor impacts that may overspread, particularly this portion of northeast Georgia, where we could see a 20% chance of incurring minor impacts, which ultimately means that we could expect a few more inconveniences to daily life beyond just driving. But again, we're mostly looking at just potentially some hazardous roadways, especially on those back country mountainous roads where we typically see these types of impacts with this type of forecast. So again, we're looking at localized impacts primarily in higher terrain where snow accumulations could be locally higher, and always be mindful and use caution while driving in wintry precipitation. So looking at our New Year's Eve weekend forecast, we do have high pressure building in, and we are anticipating quiet and dry conditions through our weekend. And our high temperatures on Saturday will be a little bit cooler than what we've been seeing lately. We'll see high temperatures primarily in the 40s, where portions of central Georgia will manage to break out of the 40s and into the low 50s. And on Sunday, we'll see high temperatures primarily in the 50s. And low temperatures Saturday will be primarily in the 20s, with a couple of spots just getting out of the 30-degree mark. And low temperatures on Sunday night will trend a little bit warmer than what we've been seeing, with temperatures in the 30s. So our forecast through the midweek is Monday. This is for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. On Monday, again, we see that cold front that's moving through the southeast that will bring our next round of meaningful precipitation to kick off 2024. Tuesday, we'll have a brief period of surface high pressure that will allow things to dry out before our next system will push moisture northward, where we could see our next chance of rain by midweek. So again, our rain chances return next week, where Monday and Wednesday we'll see a good portion of the forecast area seeing at least a chance of rain, and Tuesday is expected to be dry. Our temperature forecast for next week, Monday, temperatures again will be in the upper 40s, increasing along a gradient to the southeast into the low 60s, and that cold front will trend temperatures a little bit cooler on Tuesday, where we'll see the upper 40s to mid 50s area wide, and that will be the same case on Wednesday as well. So midweek for our low temperatures, Monday we've got temps in the 20s and low 30s, and again that cold front will bring some slightly cooler temperatures into the area again on Tuesday, with very similar forecast temperatures Tuesday night. I will say Monday night we will see temperatures getting into the low 20s across northeast Georgia. But on Wednesday, temperatures will rebound somewhat for our minimum low temperatures, where we'll see primarily in the 30s to low 40s. So good news is that the recent rainfall last week did actually help improve our drought conditions across North Georgia. We have been experiencing D3 or extreme drought across these areas for several weeks, and we've almost eradicated it, except for a tiny sliver here in western Floyd. So hopefully some of this rainfall this week that's in the forecast will help improve some of that drought. We do see an expansion of D0 drought conditions across central Georgia. That's abnormally dry conditions. So we'll continue to monitor how the drought is evolving here across portions of north and central Georgia as we go on. So taking a look at our climate outlook for our 6 to 10 day temperature and precipitation outlook, For portions of north and central Georgia, we're anticipating to see below normal temperatures over the course of the next 6 to 10 days. Much of the forecast area will see above normal precipitation. However, North Georgia stands the chance to see basically normal precipitation for this time of year. So again, to wrap up, highlights for this week, we'll be seeing the season's first potential for wintry precipitation across North Georgia Friday and Friday night. Again, while we're not expecting significant accumulations, some areas across North Georgia could see a few minor impacts. Our New Year's Eve forecast looks dry with highs in the 50s and lows in the 30s and upper 20s, and we'll be kicking off 2024 with a relatively active and wet weather period with a frontal system on Monday bringing some rainfall to the area and another system midweek bringing additional rain. So as always, feel free to contact us via phone, any of our social media channels, or NWS chat. We're always here for you to answer any of your questions and concerns. And with that, I'll wrap up the weekly weather briefing, and thank you for joining.